So, Black Coffers did some things this weekend on the Sunday Challenge. By the way, YouTube just missed some drama. I tried to inhale water. Didn't work. Anyway, Black Coffers here. This is the 28th place. There was also one that was a little higher up. One had Golos, one had Emrakul and Archon. We're going to play the Emrakul one. We have Emrakul and Archon. I'm not so high on the Archon, but we'll see. We'll see. This is a profane tutor and does contain March of the Wretched Sorrow. It does have Liliana's as well and Karns. Basically, the idea here is to strip them of some things with Inquisition and Thoughtseize, remove some stuff with Fatal Pushes and Marches, and use expedition maps to find the correct lands in order to get to the big spells. Sideboard's pretty clean here. A lot of wish targets for Karn and things like Wishclaw and Bolas Citadel, Walking Ballista, and down the line. The one thing I miss, and I might, you know what? I might just go get it. Where's Mana Traders? I'm going to go get a Sundering Titan. No, I think I have one. Do I have a Sundering Titan? I do not. We're going to grab one because I like this card too much to not play it. And I think I'm going to take out... I think I'll just take out one Voidwalker, but maybe I take the Wishclaw. Everyone talks about like using this Wishclaw with the Karn. Maybe I take the Bolas Citadel out. I don't know. I'm gonna take something out for the Sundering Titan. I really like Sundering Titan a lot. So let's go ahead and get that one card, and we'll make that swap, and then we'll get into our league. There we go. What should we take out? Ooh, we got a fancy Sundering Titan. Thought Distortion strips all kinds of stuff out from control and then lets us continue to play the game of Magic. I think we have a good clip of what Thought Distortion can do for you. All right, Sundering Titan. What are we taking out here? I'm going to take the one Voidwalker out. We'll risk the graveyard a little bit, shall we? Yeah, let's do it. All right, let's begin. So one card different because I truly love that card too much. And what's beautiful about Black Coffers, Mono Black Coffers, is you can pretty much play kind of whatever you want in the big spell territory, so... Your experience with Citadel is you're only getting it when you're really far ahead. Yeah, I could see that. Well, I'm going to leave it in there because I've seen it now in a few lists, and I'm imagining it does something for us that I haven't had the opportunity to experience. And so we'll give ourselves that opportunity to experience that play. We'll see. Run a Karn to his death? Yeah, true. All right, opponent's 1-0, we're 0-0. We hit the absolute top end here with the Emrakul and the Archon. I do have two Thoughtseizes, though. Coffers isn't generating a whole lot of mana. This is really a mold of 5. I don't know if two Thoughtseizes is great against just anything out there, so let's go ahead and mulligan this. It's cute, but dangerous. I like this a little bit better. Let's keep this one damnation away here. Thoughtseize into Liliana, down tick for removal, and maybe Karn. We'll start with fetching as well. Got a bunch of basic swamps basically here, so that's good for us. Triome. So this is definitely some sort of combo list. Hey, look, Archon's back. Archon is back. Rhinos? Appears it is Rhinos. We got a bunch of prismatic commands and a crashing footfalls here. I don't think I care about the crashing footfalls that much. Probably care about the fire and ice more. Karn with Prismari commands annoying. Let's take a fire and ice. I expect fire and ice to be fired off here. I don't want this to happen 2 turns in a row. This is why I took one of them. Pass the turn. Alright, opponent's got 3 mana, Crashing Footfalls here. We're more than likely just gonna play a good old Liliana. Damnation's not a bad follow-up. Yeah, they put Fire and Ice. Fire, Ice, and then Fire and Ice. They do the full combo of things. Yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, there's a lot going on there. All right, Karn is what I'm going to pitch here, I think. While Archon is definitely not happening anytime soon. I don't know if I want to get rid of it because it's a one of. We could just play Karn. I think if I'm using Karn next turn, I'm pretty sure I know what I'm probably needing to go get. There goes a Brazen Borrower. Keeping 2 Prismari commands. Now, Prismari command is a pain to deal with for things like Ensnaring Bridge and stuff. But at the same time, we can Damnation the Rhinos that are potentially coming here as well. I think we're okay. Opponent does play a land. It's 2 Prismaris and an unknown card here. What is this? It's 10 right now. This shrinks based on types of cards. I mean, it's got to be like Emrakul or Archon here going to the graveyard. In my graveyard, I currently have 3 types. I'm about to throw a 4th type, so this is 9 mana. This is 8. This sacrifices creatures. This would just run them into me. Let's get rid of the Archon. Let's try to play Emrakul. It's kind of weird to have drawn both of these. They're probably, realistically, both just disappearing anyway. Looking for a land here. We do want the Damnation. 1 Prismari command went away as well. Looks like we might be cashing in a Prismari command to do 2 damage to Liliana. Create a token. They've got 1 card remaining. Things are looking okay for us. They play the land, and they follow this up with a Fury. Liliana bites the dust here. Rhinos have 2 turns to come off here. Spot removal for this wouldn't be bad. Coffers isn't too bad. We make 5 right now. That's 9. I mean, at the end of the day, I guess I just get a bridge, right? I'll just get a bridge. I could get a Chalice there and stop the Crashing Footfalls. Let's let them attack here. I think the bridge is kind of okay with the follow-up Damnation. The idea is if I hit land here and can play bridge, then the Rhinos show up and then I can Damnation everything. We do hit. Okay. Still only 4 card types. We currently make 4, 5, 6 mana. Damnation's our next play. Now, Emrakul and Bridge don't really get along very well, so maybe this is like a mistake from us. We'll see. We'll see. I don't feel like it's going to be too bad of a mistake. And I don't know if it's really a mistake. I mean, what, Chalice on 0 stops this, but if they have... I guess Chalice on 0 stops this, and then it doesn't prevent Emrakul from attacking. We got Brazen Borrow and the Prismari command. This might be just enough to stop them anyway. I'm just wondering how I maybe finished the game. Maybe the Chalice was a little bit better here. I'm just such a bridge player, you know. You all know this. We're doing something. I kind of like them playing something. Charlotte. Oh, this is great. All right. Whole bunch of things to blow up. Pow. Well, I make a lot of mana. Let's go ahead and blow up the world, and then we'll consider the Emrakul next turn. Do they run Boseiju? Probably. That damnation was good. Map. The map here is interesting because I can go get Karn or Liliana. Let's go ahead and do this. I can get this through this card. I could also get a Castle Locthwain and begin drawing. The question is, which one do I want to do here? Do I want to start drawing? Or do I want to... I don't care about Urborg. I've got plenty of mana. The other thing I could do is go get Karn, hopefully play Karn and play like Sundering. And then I can always use Karn uptick on bridge so that my Emrakul and all that can get through. I kind of like my line of going and getting Karn here and then playing something next turn. This kind of puts me a little bit all in on Karn resolving, but I think Karn resolving just gives me a lot of value and helps me with my little bridge. Fun line. Wow, okay. We'll just do all the Karns. Look at this. They counter the first one, and I'm like, just kidding, got another one. Just kidding, got another one. I'm gonna get the Sundering Titan because it's just fun. We may or may not play it immediately. We'll see. Violent Outburst. So where that Chalice, we could also go get that next turn. Locthwain's better if they had counter magic. I mean, I just had the one draw to find it. There's the Urborg, naturally. Play Sundering Titan first here and blow up some lands. Cool. Boom. All right, let's try that Bolas Citadel. Are we far enough ahead to do this? I'm trying it. We talked about this at the very beginning. Why not? Give it the shot. Pass the turn. I need a way to remove my bridge. I need a way to kill a couple rhinos. We'll get there. We'll get there. My opponent will concede, right? All right. Profane Tutor, Invoke Despair. There's some good stuff coming. There's good stuff. All right, this is definitely a Thought Distortion matchup. We can take a variety of things from my opponent. I don't know if Fatal Push is the strongest card here. Marches are probably okay, but we could probably steal one of those away. I don't think there's a whole lot more. There is Chalice here. We could try to play the Chalice earlier rather than later. Kind of bring it in for 0 and try to spike it instead of trying to find it with the Karn. I kind of like that with the bridge as an alternate. Force them to play with the Chalice and go for Thought Seizes and maybe Thought Distortion to clean things up. Off we go. This hand's great. I could have cast a 10-10 Ballista, but that's not fun. Huge pro to playing this list is the joy that we all experience. The joy we all experience. Let's see if we can lead with an expedition map. Not Thoughtseize here. Got to get things a-going for us. We can worry about Thoughtseize later. They've got a Crashing Footfalls coming anyway. We need our mana. When they ice us here, we can Thoughtseize them in response to what they do that turn. Here it comes. We're here to play Commander. Pretty much. All right, ice me. Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. I'm going to go ahead and fetch here. I just want to Thoughtseize and draw important spells. All right. Wow. Force, force. Force. Force, force. Force, force, force. Force, force. Well, I guess the Brazen Borrower is annoying, but we can deal with it. It's more versatile and it would bounce the map, and I don't want to bounce the map. I think Vigor. I think it's going to be actually Brazen Borrower here. I think Borrower is the right play because the forces are, while annoying, I will eventually play through those. Let's play Castle Locthwain pass the turn. Cabal doesn't do anything unique here, so we'll just wait. Now they can hard cast these forces. Not that concerned about that. Cabal Coffers. We're gonna make some mana now. It's not a bad top deck. So I'm gonna just use all my mana, let them force this. That's what's gotta happen here. I'm gonna punch through the forces and then get a Karn down. They ditched the other force here. So they're gonna spiral some rhinos out, I assume. Yep. All right, so they have a Force of Vigor left, and they have a whole bunch of rhinos in play. All right. Well, man, Thought Distortion would be good. I make 5 mana here. I'm probably going to do March with a Thought Distortion and the Invoke to kill one, and then Liliana kill another one. So let's start with Liliana first. We'll down tick. We'll march one of these away, getting rid of a Thought Distortion and the Invoke Despair. This just gains us 5 as well, which is kind of important to offset a Rhino. I expect 1 Rhino here, 1 at us. All right, they had the Force. They had triple Force. All right, so maybe I should have taken the Force. Tough to say. All right. Any changes? Probably not. You kind of saw why March isn't really that great versus Fatal Push. While gaining us some life, just we had to burn a lot of mana into it. I feel like the Brazen Borrow still would have been tough, and they would have pitched Force to Brazen Borrow to Force anyway, and that's what they did, Force to Force. Wow, his hand. All right. I go first. It's a shame Blast Zone doesn't show up on a 0. We'll do some Profane Tutors and see if searching on turns 4 and 5 give us the exact cards we need for the W. Gemstone for our opponent. They're down to 4 cards here, and they did get rid of a Force of Negation. We'll see how that plays out. A little stomping ground for my opponent. I might have it just an ice here. If they ice, the Profane Tutor doesn't happen here, which maybe is okay. We're so close to Thought Distortion. All right, well, we got a fairly slow hand here now. We'll see what it does for us. Opponent misses their land drop. They have another ice here. It's a good draw. Profane pass turn. Cabal makes 5 right now, right? Tap land for my opponent. Profane down 1. Icing again. Thoughtseize and then Profane Tutor. That's 3 ices. Wonder if they have a force to back this up. I almost wouldn't hate to see another force here, because they already exiled 1 to Gemstone Caverns. And this way, with my Profane Tutor, I could find a way to remove this stuff. Brazen Borrower and pitching to the force. That's 2 forces out of the way. We can Thought Distortion next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think I can, actually. I think I'm 1 short of a Thought Distortion. Here comes some rhinos. Here comes some rhinos. It's a lot of rhinos. Plays a land as well. Profane Tutors doing their things. We get to cast this one. So I guess I just get a Damnation here, right? I mean, what else am I getting, right? See if this clears it. If they have another force here, they get it. All right, so we cleared. Who knows what they've got? What's up, Killagerm? How goes it? Only 2 types for Emrakul. Got a little ways to go for that one. Now, this one we could go get Urborg, which might be the right play here. I kind of want to get the Urborg. With a Karn and a Thought Distortion, we're likely to be able to do something with a lot of our mana. I'm seeing this deck everywhere now. Oh, shoot, I drew an Urborg. Awkward. Let's see if we get him. Can't be countered. Do you have the spin to get some rhinos into play? We'll take anything else, and then we can do something with Karn to remove them. Or play another bridge like we did before. Could have gone Karn and Chalice as well, but this should clear anything that's in their hand. That's problematic. Prismari is not that scary. Because whatever they draw, if it's not creatures, they ditched Brazen Borrower, Wooded Foothills. All right, hand is very clear. Very clear. Wooded Foothills is played. We top deck Marsh Flats. So this makes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I could play Emrakul here. I could also just go for the turn here, but it's not 12 with Karn. And I kind of want... I think I'm going to give them another turn here. We're going to go ahead and play Emrakul. That way I can, like, just throw Brazen Borrower into play or whatever. Then I have something that can kill them relatively quickly. This also is just good at blocking rhinos. Gives them an extra turn to draw something to counter Karn, but I could also then Karn down tick Sundering Titan and get rid of a lot of problematic lands here and win the game from there. Protection from instants, by the way. Oh, I could. No. This is opponent's control. No. Opponent's control. Can't do that. Spicy, but you can't do that. Illegal move. Wooded Foothills, cracks here, steam vents. That's good. Prevents me from fetching and fail to find. I would like to play your turn, opponent. All right. Play this. Sacrifice. Fail to find. What else do we have in here? What else do we have? We have 2 more forces and 4 Force of Vigors and an Otawara. Okay. And then let's go ahead and just cast a good old Brazen Borrower. Here, we'll even use your mana efficiently. All right, they have Misty. Got a good old Misty Rainforest opponent. Return target, non-land, permanent, and opponent controls. The opponent clause being the important one. Now, while I say Sundering Titan something I could get, I could also attack with Emrakul after getting Walking Ballista here. Walking Ballista with Karn. We already talked about that it was going to be Karn plus an 8-drop. That'd be a 4/4. Ping 1, 3 in, ping 2, game over. All right. A lot of lines. A lot of fun. Do it anyways. Cheat anyways. Come on, Fluffy. Petty Theft, the Emrakul, protection from instants. That would be cheating too. All right, we played this opponent in League number 1. They are Tron, and this hand is terrible. We need lands. All right. This does something. We'll see if we can get the Sundering Titan, maybe. Keep, and probably the best thing to do here is just kind of hope that we can do something fancy with our Profane Tutor, or I don't know. Tron versus Worst Tron? They're Relic Tron. They're Relic Tron. It's kind of weird with the Abandoned Mire. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. There's a star. Let's see if they've got it. Pop's Relic. You got Tron, you do. Makes green mana before proceeding to play something big. Karn Liberated probably ends us. Wormcoil does not, though. Wormcoil most definitely does not. All right, Profane Tutor. What are we going to get for you? When I play Cabal down, we make 4, we make 5 right now. I don't have anything that attacks their lands. It could be Invoke. It could also be just another Cabal Coffers. Invoke does draw me 2 cards, which is probably just the right play. Another Coffers, the reason entertaining that idea here is that another Coffers would give me a lot of mana next turn. With a lot of mana, I don't know if I can quite do everything I want to with the Karn. I think it's just going to have to be Invoke Despair. We end up drawing a Coffers. That's hilarious. You don't think they have great payoffs in hands if they played Wormcoil? Maybe not. Maybe not. Well, we didn't really get anything busted here either, so we'll see. We'll see. I need to kind of dodge for 2-ish turns here so that I can Karn, Liquimetal, and or Sundering Titan to clear off something here. The Chromatic Sphere was something that I was worried about here, that they could do something with Ancient Stirrings and look. They just put Jegantha to hand. Well, just puts Jegantha to hand. Luckily, I have a Damnation that I can follow up with here. This really wasn't that scary of a turn. All right. If I play another Coffers, what do I have? Is it even worth it? And the reason I'm asking is it worth it is if they have like Ulamog here, the last thing I want to do is lose both Coffers to an Ulamog. So if we have another land in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that makes 5, 6, 7 mana. But if it makes a Coffers, we make 5, use 2, down to 3, make 5 again, that's 8. And then 9. I think it's 9. So I don't think I want to do Karn here. I have a feeling I just do Damnation plus Liliana. So I can play like a Blast Zone here, I believe. So Damnation, and then just Liliana an uptick. Get rid of like the Fatal Push here. And see what terrible things they can do to me. I can't do Damnation and Karn. I can do Liliana because it was 7. Unless you're saying play in the Cabal Coffers. I'm really afraid of an Ulamog here. And if they play their own Karn the Great Creator, the Karn Liquimetal Coating doesn't work. All right, Ugin. Ugin's scary, but they have to do a -4. They don't. They give me the Great Liliana for another turn. There's Great Creator. They go get something here. Their own Sundering Titan. All right, I think I make enough for my own Sundering Titan, right? It has to be, or I'm gonna die, right? I guess I could go get a Torp Orb. Well, I'm gonna let Magic Online do the math for me. 6, 12. We play Karn. We downtick. I go get my Sundering Titan. I play mine first. I hope that killing your mine is enough. Boom. Well, I hate upticking here because I like kind of what we've got in hand. I actually kind of think. I think I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass. No, mine. They shoot my Karn, the Great Creator. They play their own Sundering Titan. So now that I didn't go up here, it's okay. We have Abandoned Mire. We'll see what happens, though. All kinds of things are happening to us. Another Urborg would be great. It's a Walking Ballista to finish off the Liliana. So Liliana wasn't killing their Sundering Titan anyway. Okay. Cling to Dust. Cling to Dust. I'm going to go for a draw here. Let's start there. Invoke Despair. So just make 2 mana every time here. And just pass the turn. This is scary. This is a little bit scary. Oh, Mugen's too strong. We could have used Karn downtick and gotten a Pithy Needle instead of the Sundering Titan. Whoa, there's some stuff here. Are we dead? Are we dead? Okay. I don't feel like I have much here. I could bring in the Void Walkers and make them like discard something really big and nasty. Strip 1 Damnation. No, not the Damnation. Get back in here. Strip out the Fatal Pushes. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Play first. Make them discard big, nasty threat. Grab it with Voidwalker. Nah, we're going to get there. They're playing 61 cards. They're scared of us. Let's pray that this is good. Opponent goes 6, then 5, then 4. We're going to steal a beautiful card like an Expedition map. Opponent's probably going to have Natural Tron. Is Thought Distortion bad? It's probably not, like, that bad. All right, well, they don't have Tron, but they got 2 pieces and a little Karn over there. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Maybe over the last push. I'm kind of keeping the other push here as an option to get against their own Walking Ballista. But you have merit to what you're saying, for sure. Let's take a draw. Let's Inquisition them just to see what else they've picked up. Cycles a Wilt. Okay. All right, things are happening. Little Urza's Factory and Karn the Great Creator exist in my opponent's hand. My opponent finds Natural Tron, of course. At least March will kill this. Opponent gets a Chalice. Throws the Chalice on 0. Puts Jegantha to hand. What a weird hand. What a weird hand. Oh, countered. All right. Well, I guess we'll kill Karn here so it doesn't do any more damage to us. And then we're going to hope to rip a land and go from there. The Chalice on 0 is to stop the Profane. Don't worry, it's just Jegantha in my opponent's hand. Just Jegantha, and I'm going to draw 2. Pow. Just kidding, I'm not going to. What is this? They make an assembly worker, so I draw 2. Thanks. Thanks. We can also start using the Cling down there. Wow, 10 mana. 10 mana. Go Voidwalker. I'm playing Voidwalker here because I have the Invoke Despair, and yes, I could have used Cling. We're just really hoping my opponent doesn't have anything crazy here. I'm gonna probably just have to die in 2 turns because of the factory, but you know, it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Maybe they'll forget to. Oh my gosh, I don't have the land. I don't have the land because I milled over it. Game over. Game over, chat. Game over. Match 3, here we go. Tron ruined us. Kind of surprised they didn't go for liquid metal coating. Yeah, I mean, if they go for liquid metal coating, the Profane Tutor goes off, and then I could get a lot of mana. I could get something that deals with their lands, possibly, that they're not aware of. This list definitely does not interact with Tron very well. Even with the Voidwalker and the Sundering Titan. Spin, spin, spin. Looking for an opponent. Here we go. Match number 3. Got 3, 4, and 5 to go tonight. Frostico. What are you doing? What are you doing? All right, we're going to mulligan this hand. Need more than 1 land. I said more than 1 land. It's Evan. Evan's playing. Oh my gosh. I need more than 1 land. I need more lands. I need more lands, but I need lands to tap for mana. We did it. We did it. Thank you. We have found all the lands we need. Crashing Footfalls. We have to beat Rhinos again. Do I show them anything? Absolutely. Absolutely. We can beat Rhinos. It's just Evan. It's just Evan. All right, Crashing Footfalls suspended with a basic island here. Passing the turn. Prepping Liliana probably won't uptick. Crashing Footfalls doing its thing down to 3. Fire and Ice is maybe an option. We'll see. All right. A bonus Invoke Despair. I think I just probably pass on Liliana. Just leave it at 3. They just force it. I wasn't going to do anything. They pitched another force as well. Looking for a Cabal Coffers for the turn for Invoke Despair. Opponent stomps us with a good old Bone Crusher Giant. Will they find their 3rd land? If not, looking for Cabal Coffers. Maybe we'll be rewarded for our mull to 4. Close. Castle does let me redraw. This is interesting. Crashing Footfalls sitting at 2, going down to 1. Best draw on the deck is probably Karn the Great Creator in the top 2. Second best is an Invoke Despair off Cabal Coffers. Nothing happening for our opponent. We are going to draw a card. Looking for Cabal and Karn. Map sort of gets us there. Hold. Attempting to invoke. Map. Map. We can make so much mana next turn. What can we do with that mana? Who knows? Crashing Footfall is coming down. Only 2 lands for our opponent. We have found the lands, but they have not. Stomping us once again, attempting to kill us. Was Map mana positive this turn? I have no idea, because we would have had to burn mana, then put the Cabal Coffers down. I mean, this turn it's going to be, right? They're going to tap down Cabal Coffers. Rude. Guess I could have used that. To pop a map. I did that a little bit wrong. Let's see if it punishes us. Let's go ahead and check the hand. What's going on over there? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I guess I don't want this to happen at instant speed. I'd probably take the Prismari command, just so they can't kill a bridge if I get it. I'm gonna take the Prismari command. I'm gonna believe in our future with our Invoke Despair and Karn the Great Creator off the top. We did it! You know what I want to do? Karn downtick and win. Expedition map. Cabal of the Coffers. Play the Cabal. Make infinity mana. I'd like to play a Karn the Great Creator. Downtick. Yes. Go get a Sundering Titan. Where are you at, Sundering Titan? Ba-boom. Shoot. I needed to make more mana. Oh well. We got excited. I think we're good. I think we're good. Hot potato. Game is a scam. Evan says the game is a scam. There's a Scalding Tarn. Fury to get rid of the Karn Great Creator. I think we win with this Invoke Despair. Because then I attack and they did. Reveal the hand. Check out that Invoke Despair. All right, so we got Rhinos again. What did we do last time with this? Thought Distortion was the only thing I brought in, really. And I think I brought him a Chalice to spike at the very beginning. And we took out 2 things. I want to say it was just like a Fatal Push and something else. Maybe it was 2 Fatal Pushes. Seems about right. Karn is so pricey on Magic Online. What do you think? Placing Karn with some Worm Coils, some Golos, 6 mana Ugin, or by the way, we spike it. It's a tough hand, but we'll keep it. I think Karn really is the reason to play a list like this. My curve is not too high. My curve is perfectly flawless. Their curve? All right. They have 4 cards. I have this one. Oh, Clark with the suggestion. There you go. That's fair. It is a little on the pricey side. Yes. It's Corey now. Corey has arrived. Get chaliced, Corey. Do you have the force? Well, what do we think our first spell we're gonna really resolve? Because Chalice doesn't count. Chalice just doesn't count. We're now battling Corey though, instead of Evan. This guy sucks. What are you talking about? They're gonna ice me? They're gonna ice me? Pass the turn, can't play anything. Hey, that's the Liliana. Based on what we have going on, Liliana just might be the play. Uh-oh. All right, now it's a Thoughtseize Profane Tutor. It was Corey the whole time. Let's see here. This is fun. This is so fun. All right, I'm gonna take the Shardless Agent. The Boseiju I'm just gonna have to deal with. Profane goes here. They're gonna Boseiju and then look to do the Violent Outburst. I'll get a land for the Fatal Push off the Boseiju here, and then we'll be cooking with gas. Besides, they can't cast Violent Outburst. Corey's about to die. He's not far off. Bonus Liliana. We'll just uptick here because I don't need 2 Lilianas, and we'll keep them on 1 card for the remainder of the game. I'm gonna start some rage. Corey's gonna come get you, Evan. All right, Fury is thrown away here. We have a Violent Outburst. This one's gonna be tough for them to come back from. Funny enough, we don't have an instant currently down here, so Fatal Push onto Rhino would kind of end them. All right, they concede. They concede. This one's pretty much unwinnable at this point. We keep going up with the Liliana. We have the Fatal Push to cover things. Castle Locthwain, Expedition. We have, what, a Profane Tutor coming off as well. I should be able to cast Emrakul. We good. Anything you should know before buying into this list? Play the cards you want. Know that it's still in development, if you will. Have fun. Boo to all rhinos except for Siege Rhino. That is the correct answer. All right, we're going to take a drink of water. It's kind of dangerous. We did it. We did it. We nearly choked on the water earlier. Hey, Evan, you still here? If Evan's still here, how'd that local game store hunt go? Chases our opponent. 1-landers all night long. All right, we're going to believe in the 1-lander tonight. We're going to believe in it. We're going to Thoughtseize them, top deck a land, Thoughtseize Expedition, and then we're going to kill them. Yeah, Trellan's Discord's definitely a good Good place to go for some info. All right, what are we playing against? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. All right, Swiftspear's gone. There's too much lands and too much scare over there. A little sleight of hand. Maybe I can steal one more thing before this goes too crazy south. Need a land. We hit the lands. Map and Thoughtseize again. Go for it. Oh, Chandra. All right. Chandra just to kill. Sleight of hand bobble. Not typical things that I've seen. Swifty. And a bolt. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. All right, just 3 lands. That's all we gotta deal with. Just 3 lands. Expedition map here. We're going to go get Urborg. Play Urborg. I'm going to go ahead and bolt here as well. Pass turn. Just trying to work our way up to this Archon and Karn. We're going to get there. Dashing Monkey's pretty good. Guess I should have saved the bolt. Or the push. There goes my Blast Zone. Steam Vents. Treasure token for my opponent. Looking for marches. If we could find a march, it wouldn't be bad. Luckily, I got a fatal push here for this monkey number 2. Monkey number 2, it's gone. Fiery Islet, maybe redraw. Profane. Probably going to have to go get an Urborg. We'll see. Great creator showing up here. Let's go get Wormcoil. See if a little Wormcoil Archon activity here after getting a Cabal Coffers gets us the W against this opponent. We're only at 8. That's not too scary, but I did see Bolt. Could have counter magic too. Bye, monkey. We annihilated the monkey. Got pushed to death. Bolts, Karn Great Creator. Tutor going off. Cabal Coffers is the plan. This is 6 mana, so Wormcoil. We're 1 away from Archon. That auto-resolved. They have 2 cards. One is a Unholy Heat. And one is something else. Feeling good here. Feeling good. There's a Darcy. It's up in the sky. Lightning bolts the life linker. Surveils and puts a mountain into the graveyard. Right here. Right here. We get to play a land. We get to make mana. We're going to do Archon of Cruelty. Get rid of their Darcy. Gain some life. Attack for 3 and pass the turn. We're at 11 to 16. This game is over, opponent. Concedes. So. Life gain's nice. Early Chalice wouldn't be too bad. Don't know if they're playing Murktide or not. We kind of killed them too quickly for us to know. Voidwalker could be at least reasonable to play. It's not only just graveyard hate, but does put pressure on our opponent. Marches feel decent here. I don't know if I care about Clings. I don't know if I care about Thoughtseizes too much. Maybe 3 Voidwalkers would be okay here. And maybe try to bring Chalice in for the last Thoughtseize. Losing to aggro. We have the Marches. Those help a lot. Marches, fatal pushes. We can definitely kill something with small creatures. This hand's fantastic. Keep. Little creatures don't scare us too much. Blood Moon could be awful. All right, little Bobble action. Little Darcy. Bobble goes to the graveyard. 3 cards to beat. They check what we're drawing. Gonna play an Urborg. Check their hand. Shattering Spree and Lightning Bolt. You can have a Shattering Spree. They brought the Shattering Spree in because it's Fluffy Wolf 2. They're expecting 1,000 artifacts. Cling is good. Cling gains life. We're not going to worry about that, though. Don't worry. We're good. We're good. Don't worry. We got this. Don't worry. Opponent's almost dead. They're almost dead. I don't think Cling's the necessary card here. Opponent's just lighting the stage, finding more juicy lands here. I'm going to leave Marsh Flats here for the good old times here. Castle Blockthwain seems okay. Just play Liliana. Kind of want to just uptick here, get rid of a Coffers. People are panicking in chat. Coffers, play the Coffers. We have so much time in this game. So much time. There's one Fiery Islet. This puts just weird pressure on our opponent. Ooh, Dashing Monkey. That's got to hit me. Yeah. Skips over Verdant Catacomb. Extra Swift Spear. Looking reasonably good here. If I do that... You know what? I'm just going to wait with the March open here and just kill the monkey since that's what they're doing. That way there's one less thing in their hand, and then I'll have double Coffers into Karn shenanigans. I only made 5 mana anyway. That's like nothing. Ooh. Monkey. I'll probably play around Spell Pierce here. Not really a reason to go too crazy. We'll be at 19. Playing around Spell Pierce feels like a smart move. I can then uptick here and then play Cabal Coffers Karn. I can really uptick because of this. I mean, we're at 19, they're at 18. One card in their hand, can redraw, loses a land. Looking pretty good. Draws with Fiery Islet. We're going to put Fatal Push down below. They discard a Shattering Spree. Whoops. Let's make sure we do this before so we have the most mana. Karn, great creator, and then we have a 5-drop or something. Kind of just tempted to go get a Sundering Titan and end the game next turn. Alpine Moon. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll have 5 mana here. Okay. That's all right. Unholy Heat's Karn. Okay, okay. I'm just going to hold Liliana at 3. We're going to get to this Titan. Plenty of time here. Profane doing its thing. We can also start drawing with Castle if we'd like to. Land drop. Pass turn. So we have 6 mana right now. If I get 2 more mana, Sundering Titan kills 3 lands. Shouldn't they have named it Urborg? Maybe. Liliana can kill that. I'm going to draw with Castle to see if I can get something here. I mean, they could have named Castle too. See if we get a Fatal Push. No Fatal Push. I mean, I can get, what, Damnation here? I can get Invoke Despair. Probably just get Invoke Despair. Just, like, end this game, right? Oh, man. Poor opponent. Four, five. Just Invoke. Fatal Push. Pass turn. Ba-dum, ba-dum. I think this game's over. All right. They kill Lily. We make a whole bunch of mana. We can play Karn. We can go get Liquimetal Coating for funsies. We can play Liquimetal. We can play Sundering Titan and go boom, boom, boom. And we good. Clear board. We win a million different ways there. Aggro, not a problem. Let's go. Match number 5 coming up. The marches really helped too. Fatal Pushes, marches, the Invoke Despairs cleared, the Alpine Moon. You get 4 to 5 just basic swamps. You can just get around most enchantments. You don't need that much enchantment hate. The Leyline of Sanctity is the one problematic enchantment for this list. 3-2 with your first Modern League. Nice. It's good to work on a budget and get some good results. Killing Coffers, naming Urborg might have been much better. Yeah. Because then it doesn't tap for mana. The Urborg does, but it does set me back quite a bit more mana than the way they did it. All right, D Bronx is our final opponent. Match 5. Doing the Cabal Coffers shenanigans here in Modern. Seeing if we can clean it up with a good 4-1 with the list. A list that went 28th place in the Modern Challenge this weekend. Golos and Cataracts is just another way to build it. I haven't played that version. Dang it, it's against Tron. This is going to be hard. I guess I'm just not very impressed with that style. Nice hand. All right, let's see if we can beat Tron here. I assume it's Tron with the Giganta, although occasionally a Death Shadow list is playing Giganta. I think Golos is a little bit more win over the top. Ooh. Ooh. Well, you missed, opponent. You missed. Inquisition's a little too small. This is kind of like a fun little side effect that ends up happening. Inquisition really sometimes just doesn't hit a whole lot, if we're really honest. They got to see all 5. They know what's up. Here, I'll give you an Urborg, opponent. Yeah, I think you need 4 Invoke Despairs. 100%. There's a Darcy. And we got a Thoughtseize this time. All right. I presume the Damnation is going away here, and they think they can battle a Karn. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Invoke Despair is not a bad one here. Helps us draw cards and get back into the game. This Invoke Despair is just the engine, right? This is what I like to be casting. I don't like Golos. I like Invoke Despair. Invoke Despair here clears the Saga. I only draw 1 card. Well, that's got to be okay, right? I can clean up the board later. I don't want a Saga doing its thing. Because if I Damnation, they just make a token anyway, and I'm still only drawing one. It's a good follow-up. Let's be mana efficient here. Draw one card. Kill that Saga. Start to take over this game. Woo! Bonus Despair. I'll take it. Oh, green mana. Green mana. Yeah, Invoke drawing is really nice. If they play Tarmogoyf Fury Damnation instead. Witherbloom. So they're gonna get that Saga back. They can't play it yet, though. Kind of like Karn here. Downtick. And just Chalice on one seems kind of fun. Good old Chalice on one. They could obviously get the Darcy to maybe a 3 in attack, but I think it's going to be hard for them to. They need an enchantment or an artifact. They could cast an artifact into the Chalice. Attacks Karn down to 2. Tarmogoyf, we can clear the board many ways. Like, many ways. 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't quite do double invoke. That'd be too busted. All right. I'm going to go up on the Nile Spellbomb here, and we're just going to blow up the world. Let him get that card. It's all good. Don't worry about it, chat. It's a gift from Karn, the greatest creators. We're planning to double invoke here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to clean up whatever they've got going on. It's got to be 2 drops here because Chalice. Yep, I can clean that one up. Let's go get a Liquimetal Coating. Let's invoke Despair, kill the Saga, kill the Tarmogoyf. Play a new Coffers instead. Invoke Despair again, because why not? Let's take a peek at what you're doing over there, opponent. Just kidding, Chalice is a thing. I got by my own Chalice, chat. Got there. All right, so some sort of Jund craziness with Chalice. I'm going to leave the Chalice over here. Let's go ahead and grab the Void Walkers, bring those in, just ditch some Thoughtseizes, and call it a day. It's very entertaining. It's entertaining to play. It just can kind of pop off, and it feels like it does it a lot more than some of the more janky brew lists. Have I 5-0'd with this yet? No. No, but I've done a couple 4-1s now. Couple 4-1s. Usually we run into something like Tron, and I've been trying like different Lithoform cards, Necromentia, Break the Ice, things like that to try to combat Tron. Usually Tron is what steals a game from me. I haven't quite figured out that matchup. Invoke Despair is an appropriately named card. Absolutely. This hand is fire and a half. We're going to keep it. While everything comes into play, tapped or not casting for black mana, Fatal Push, and a Cling look absolutely delicious. So we're going to just keep it and go for it. Hoping no crazy monkey here. We just need Sinkhole. Sinkhole would be... I might be pushing the boundaries of what should be printed into Modern. Traverse the Uvenwald. Goes to the graveyard. Inquisition gets to pick Lily, Cling, or Fatal Push. I assume it's going to be Fatal Push, but they do take the Cling instead. I feel pretty good there. My opponent could have something like a Veil. Just traverses instead to go pick up another land. Our Blast Zone looks really kind of tempting to just hold on to and wait for. Well, gets a basic Swamp. Picks us off for 1. I will play the Swamp so I have double Fatal Push here. You know what? Let's not wait. Let's not wait. Bam! Fatal Pushed. Two mana, little Kroxa here. What do we got for this? I think I'm going to actually get rid of the Karn. I think it's better to have Liliana and Fatal Pushes here going forward. So there's a reason to have Fatal Push. Let's do that. Let's play Swamp and Lily. Uptick. Get rid of Castle, hold on to Blast Zone. We'll see if we get the Blast Zone. They might just play Kroxa, but then I have the Liliana downtick. They'll need a land here. They do have. Like, I feel like this is just easy. Kroxa downtick. They won't have that much left in the graveyard here. And then, yeah, I miss out on my Blast Zone, but I have a Castle Locthwain, so top decking a land here, we'll get to start using Castle. Kroxa's dealt with here. Could be a Fatal Push and an uptick as well. Thoughtseize is definitely not too bad. Let's take a peek. Tarmogoyf's a great kill here. Take that. If I top deck a land here, I can also cling the Kroxa away. Which is probably what I do first rather than upticking with or doing stuff with Liliana. I might name Castle now because they have the Alpine Moon. I'm looking for a land here. Land would be great. That is very far from a land. We'll just go up. Pass turn. 3 cards plus Kroxa. Fetch lands don't do enough here. This works for me. Expedition map lets me at least go get something. Let's go ahead and uptick here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's getting kind of scary there. Cabal doesn't do it right now. Let's get an Urborg. I guess the uptick is scary. Maybe I shouldn't have done that with the Thoughtseize there. Another Kroxa. Okay. So I guess I'll just cling a Kroxa away. Maybe I cling like a Thoughtseize to draw a card, actually. They're gonna get to Kroxa anyway. I don't particularly care. And these are 2 great cards. I think we just pass the turn now. Let him Kroxa and then I have an answer. You're always tempted to run a Bog. Yeah, Bog wouldn't be too bad. Run the Great Creator. I'm just going to get rid of stuff now. With Karn as my next play here, Liliana's looking great. Opponent just concedes to that. 2 Planeswalkers here going up, 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 up. Getting the 4/1. Unless they're able to interact with that Karn right then and there, they're going to lose their graveyard to a Nile Spellbomb that I can go get. I can always go get an Ensnaring Bridge as well, and that stops the attack. I think if I were to just go get a Nile Spellbomb the following turn, it's just dead ends for them. If it's Unholy Heat, they've got to kill, in my opinion, the Karn. They can play Kroxa then, and I can downtick Liliana, and we're just back to top decking, which I think we'd be fine with. Maybe there's an argument to then go ahead and use Karn's downtick to go grab something, but if my opponent does get the Thoughtseize, we kind of lose the card that way. This list just does things. I mean, like, it's placing high in the challenges now. People are kind of figuring out, becoming familiar with it. It's been kind of compared to Tron. I don't think it feels a lot like Tron. I've played Tron and this definitely feels more Commander, FNM. You just kind of get the ball rolling with this list, and it feels like if you can get the ball just rolling just enough, you kind of take over the game. And what's beautiful about that is that there's a lot of lists that you feel like you've done a lot, and then you have to like draw something. This list, it's the same style that you have to draw something, but it has a lot of ways to go ahead and enable that drawing. And when you do, it's not like Karn and, oh, I can't play Sundering Titan because I only have 8 mana. No, it's Karn and I'm going to play whatever the biggest spell I have. And I think that's what's pretty nice. You have a lot of interactive pieces as well. Black is really good about that. Fatal Pushes and your Marches. I think if there's anything to not overlook, it's this card right here. If you think, all right, I'm going to take March out because I don't want to dump spells to it. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I really think you're going to lose a lot more quick games. And so March, I wouldn't get rid of. Invoke Despair, 4 of. Karn, the Great Creator, 4 of. Expedition Map, 4 of. Cabal Coffers, 3 to 4 of. Urborg, 2 to 3 of. Castle Locthwain, probably 1 to 2 of, closer to 2. And then Blast Zone or some other utility lands, probably okay in there. And that's got to be close to what you need. Damnation's probably pretty much the close to the core. I've seen Ugin, the 6-drop Ugin. I like that in this list. I saw someone trying a Heartless Summoning as well to make things a bit cheaper, kind of bringing stuff down from this 8 slots down to the 6 slot. I've seen people play Gristlebrand so that when they get Gristlebrand, they can draw a bunch of cards and go, all right, next turn, I have Cabal Coffers. I'm going to just unload as much as I can. The list does what you want it to. I'm happy to have swapped out a Voidwalker for a Sundering Titan. I think Tron is your biggest problem because I think Tron arguably does big mana better, but it does like 1 payoff every turn, where this one could do 2 payoffs or 3 payoffs a turn. It's like it can do a little bit more if it can get the ball rolling. And that's why it's just a blast to play. It's just a blast to play. This deck has more choices for sequencing involved. Yeah. Do you not have like having the 5 CMC guy that searches up a land? Golos is just another version. I tweeted out to Spike about it, and I like that people are coming in and asking questions about Golos, because until today, a lot of people are like, no, you should just play Golos. And you ask why? I have to play a Citadel, right? You have to play the Cataract. Sorry, not Citadel. Cataract. So you play Golos, cool. And you get to spin cool top 3 cards, do something really fun. You can play them this turn without paying their mana cost. That's great. There's something very nice about spinning and using 7 mana to look at 3 cards. The benefit Golos gives you is it looks 3 cards deep. If I have 7 mana and I have a Karn, I'm going to play the Karn. I'm not going to spin Golos. If I have the Invoke Despair, I'm going to play the Invoke Despair. I'm probably going to just play the Archon. You could spin and try to hit something random, or you're going to play the cards in your hand. I think Golos can be beneficial because, one, it ramps you, I believe. It comes into play. You search for the land. You're going to find the Cataract if you haven't found it, or you're going to find the Cabal to build your mana. That is nice. But I like Invoke Despairs too much as my 5-drop rather than Golos, and then build from there. I think Golos is going to set people up for something that the opponents can interact with. And while it's working now, people are going to catch on, and they're either going to name Golos, Karn the Great Creator stops Golos, or they're going to shoot it down with Unholy Heats, or they're going to have artifacts or it's going to get solituded. This list, I don't even particularly like Archon. This list, almost creature list. I think the Emrakul is kind of fun to play, but it's going with creature lists. I think that's important. I think Golos opens you up to an attack angle. We look at that in Red Prison. It's fun. Jam it and have a good time. I think it opens you up to a weird angle that you don't want to be opened up to. 5 mana, ramp 1. It's still good for this list. But 5 mana, you know, draw some cards. You just got to weigh your pros and cons in your meta, what you're playing against.